Your name is John Kafi.
Greetings, you are now listening to Coffee Talk, and this is John Kafi. Here at Coffee Talk, we do this for the culture with new episodes every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can check us out online at www.coffee-talk.com. That is KAFI-TALK.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at John_Coffee_. Follow me on Twitter at John_Coffee. Be sure to like that Facebook page at facebook.com/coffeetalkpod. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Coffee Talk, hosted by John Kafi, and we're also available on Spotify. Once again, that is KAFI. Okay, first order of business on this episode of Coffee Talk. We have a little bit of controversy jumping off in the world of hip hop, as usual. We've got YouTuber extraordinaire and cultural critic, commentator, DJ Academics versus the elders of hip hop. He made a comment, said they were dusty and broke. And LL Cool J responded from Double XL magazine. LL Cool J appears to scold DJ Academics for calling old rappers dusty. On Wednesday night, September 21st, Uncle L hopped on Instagram to address statements made by a DJ, it says in quotes, who recently made some disparaging comments about older MCs. Here's what LL Cool J said. A DJ basically said that a lot of hip hop pioneers are dusty, or how they can be the person that invented hip hop if they don't have a lot of money, or if they don't represent like they have a lot of dough. Let me explain something to you. Don't think just because somebody knows how to get money or fails to get money that they don't make a contribution to the culture. No one discusses Miles Davis's bank account. Good point, good point. We don't talk about John Coltrane's bank account. We don't talk about even a lot of rock musicians, a lot of great country artists. We don't talk about their bank accounts. The idea that you have to have money or else you don't have any value is a bad idea, and it's a misinformed way of looking at the world and the culture. He added, so just because they didn't get rich, just because they weren't able to pile up millions or billions of dollars doesn't mean that they didn't make a contribution to this culture. They created an industry that we all eat off of. They created an industry that you eat off of. Think before you speak, he concluded. The statement originally by Academics on Twitch was, them old rappers, man. Have you seen some of these old rappers who be like, yo, they're the foundation of hip hop? Them niggas be looking real dusty. I kid you not. And none of y'all try to come for me because I don't fuck with y'all either. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Okay, I know this is really surprising to me, but I have a take on it, and here's my take on it. Some say the music business is 50% music and 50% business. You know the cliche of right brain versus left brain, logic versus emotion. They say artists tend to be more emotional and business people tend to be more logical. In the music business, the most successful in the industry tend to be the most adept at balancing the two. The forefathers of any craft or art form represent its early foundation. As the art inevitably evolves, the tree expands from these simple seeds into a network of many complex branches. Often this evolution can place the art in a state that may be unrecognizable in contrast to its original, most pure form. Hip-hop today, when placed alongside its early days, almost seems like its polar opposite. It went from being anti-pop culture to becoming pop culture. In the 90s, going pop was a cardinal sin and it was viewed as selling out. Now some artists enter the game with the expressed intent of selling out the most. In the bygone era of hardcore hip-hop, quote-unquote true heads, now known pejoratively as old heads, would rally against any attempt of R&B or New Jack Swing to enter their well-guarded threshold. Acts like Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer, while wildly popular and successful with a mainstream audience, often felt the sting of being shunned by a core audience of so-called real hip-hoppers. Over the years since its inception, hip-hop music has become a multi-billion-dollar industry and a global culture. Its branches have grown throughout the worlds of music, fashion, film, and business, as well as overtaking social media in the form of hip-hop gossip channels and clout-chasing antics. It's gotten to the point where the music itself that originally sparked the movement now plays the background, and everything else around the music, from intimate relationships and the infidelity therein to real street beef to legal woes and competition over financial status. As the generation gap continues to widen, the new breed of hip-hop artists and fans tend to disregard the originators of the culture due to the fact that they may not be sexy or sensational enough to grasp the short attention span of a TikTok-locked audience. While there remains a small community of artists that pay homage to the originators, the vast majority of eyes and ears seem to no longer have the interest or time to invest in the lyrical lessons of a Rakim or Big Daddy Kane. This modern climate of distraction is a breeding ground for flippant commentators with minimal historical knowledge and encourages them to recklessly and disrespectfully hurl their uneducated opinions at the founders of the culture as a spectacle to entertain a highly unconcerned crowd of observers. The legends of the craft of hip-hop lived during a time where there weren't yet so many avenues of profit to pursue. In fact, those legends were the ones that paved the way for all future artists to be able to capitalize on the art form as they do today. Being old has never been cool. It's no surprise that the Migos would beef with Bone Thugs over a demand for them to respect their elders. Hip-hop has in many ways transformed into a gladiator school, both on the stage and in the streets, and its combatants often have egos the size of black holes, which suck all of the energy and attention out of a room. Hip-hop has amnesia, and the remedy may be both a workers' union and pension for retired hip-hop artists. It's long overdue. Like invisible soldiers returning from a long-forgotten war, our legends are being overlooked and ridiculed by the exact people that should be helping to ensure their well-being, just as these same legends' efforts ensure the well-being of today's fresh new talent. How do you feel about it? Respond in the comment section below the YouTube video, and don't forget to tap that bell icon and subscribe to my channel. Okay, for episode 5's edition of Kafi's Krates, we have a few different releases here. We're gonna tap into the first one is our special featured guests album. It's called Planet Boom Bap. That's a hip-hop band that he used to be a part of. Their album's called Parallel Universe. It's hip-hop backed by a live band, and it's got like a space theme to it, and there's a variety of different styles. There's a reggae theme song on there. There's kind of it's called Planet Boom Bap, but there's some more up-tempo stuff as far as rapid fire delivery goes, and that is backed by the S3 band, of which our special featured guest Lamotta Roundtree is the drummer in that band. It's a 3-piece consisting of Nate Colby on the keys and sometimes guitar, and Zach Berger on the bass, and the aforementioned Lamotta Roundtree on the drums. We have a few guest features on that album from Juan the God, Gary Carmike, also known as Ghostly Glows, the Joker Ring from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and DJ Spools, formerly of the Proforms from Indianapolis. Okay, the next release is Brownsvillemc, one of the greats, in my personal opinion, of today. He's a national treasure when it comes to the microphone. His 9th and 10th album he dropped together as a double package, Woeful Studies and Languish Arts. And the production is by Ka himself. Yes, he also produces and directs his own videos. And some of his other featured producers are Animos of Arch Druids and DJ Preservation. And the features are Chuck Strangers of Pro Era and Joy of the Dungeon Family. So going to be sure and check those out. And last but not least, we have Milano Constantine, a DITC affiliate, Digging in the Krates crew. Also closely connected to the late Big Pun. And he's a dope lyricist in the old school boom bap style. And it's produced by Big Ghost Limited, and the album's called Pay the Ghost. So that is Milano Constantine and Big Ghost Limited, Pay the Ghost. And some of the guest features on there are bilingual New Jersey MC Crime Apple, Riggs of the Cloth from upstate Rochester, New York, and Canadian rapper MC Danielson. That's it for this edition of Kafi's Krates. Y'all stay tuned in for more dope releases. Today's special featured guest on Coffee Talk is a drummer, a musician, and a producer. He goes by the name of Lamotta Roundtree. He's a former member of Planet Boom Bap, current member of a band called S3, and they've done some things, a lot of performances around the state of Indiana, touring with some hip-hop acts. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. Chilling. What's up with you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. First things first, I just want to know, like, what were some of your early inspirations as a drummer?
Man, let me see. My old man, because he's a professional drummer, certified from the American Conservatory of Music, Illinois. Then you had older drummers like Michael Jackson drummer, Sugarfoot. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that, and Derek McKenzie. And that came in the 90s.
Right. What about, you said your father, he toured with some bands back in the day?
Yeah, my old man toured with just about anybody you think of that was hot back then. My dad was in the band with, I don't know if you know who the Shy Lights are with. Yeah, you know who they are.
Yeah, Shy Lights.
The lead singer, Eugene, and him and his son, and my dad was best of friends, so, music kind of just ran through everybody, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. However, it didn't work out with them, but they kept it going, so, it was bound to happen.
Right. So how long have you been playing the drums?
I can remember getting my first snare drum. I was like maybe 2, practice pad, a snare drum, and drove everybody crazy. I'm pretty sure of that.
Right.
And I didn't really pick up the drums because everybody thought I couldn't play because it was right-handed. I'm left-handed.
Uh-huh. So,
old man figured out one day, was like, wait a minute, my son's left-handed. Let me switch everything around, and then everybody was like, holy shit, this boy can play.
Right.
And as I started playing, here come the church thing going on. That's where you hone your skills at, right there, church.
Right. So you played a lot in church back in the day?
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, man, when it came down to the church, like, that was my happy place. I couldn't wait to go to church.
Wait a second.
I know I get on those drums and play them drums.
So it was only about the music and not the religion?
No. The religion I had already knew by then. You know what I'm saying? What was up? Right. It was a good message, you know what I'm saying, for kids to learn how to be good and behave and whatnot. But as far as like a teenager, no, it was the music with me. The music made me feel good playing church music.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of times I would go into church by myself just so I can play, learn how to play other music.
Right. So what's some of the music you listened to when you were younger that inspired you with your drums?
Oh man, let me see. First, Michael Jackson was the very first. I couldn't help it with that, man. I heard my first Michael Jackson song, was like, oh, yo, this is, for some odd reason, it's just the bass line and the drum beat, man, hit me. And it was like, that's when the pots and pans started.
Oh, yeah.
Pots and pans and buckets.
That was before the drum set.
Mom would get shitty about that, man, because I played Michael Jackson all day long. Like other 90s, like Prince, I would play, George Clinton, a lot of funk. James Brown, right. George Clinton, you know what I'm saying, Rick James, all that good shit.
You remember back in, I think it was the 80s, they had the kid that he had the white plastic buckets he was playing on. He was like in a Lee's commercial, Levi's or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was super popular.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, yeah.
That was me all day long. Like, my mom still got the pots and pans. I got things in them for years of abuse.
Right.
They never sat on the stove right. They always had a leg to them because they just, man, I abused the damn thing. Like, I couldn't have a drum set, so, as a musician, you're going to find a way.
Right. So, when did you get your first drum set?
I didn't get my actual first drum set, me personally, until I was grown. Like, I was a grown man. Actually, that's when me and you first took with the music. As far as, like, working as a band instead of just, me on my own, because it's always been, wherever I lived at, I could never have some kind of instruments there. Well, as a teenager, my old man had a drum set, but, it was always the neighbors, and it was like, man, you know what, I get my own house, I'm gonna buy my own shit. Ain't nobody gonna tell me shit.
Right.
Come to find out, boom, it was a start once I got that first drum set, because if you remember, my first drum set was a Frankenstein set.
Yeah.
That's where I gave myself the name the Pearl King, besides, you know what I'm saying, being the best roller on the planet. You know, but I'm like, man, you know, it was fun when I first got it, man. I mean, I think I beat the hell out of that drum set, you know, to the point where the heads were being, I need to replace the heads like every 6 months. I was just in it. Then I finally got that brand new one.
Yeah.
And was like, okay, now I can define my style, because now I got a brand new one. You know what I'm saying? And like with the snare drum.
Yeah.
I don't know what you know, we got the snare drum, you know, like with the issue I had with some of the guys, you know what I'm saying, when they come to record it, they try to change my snare sound, you know. I'm like, that snare's, you know, if I don't define my style, then I sound like everybody else. But yeah, man, with the drumming, man, you know what I'm saying, once I was able, like I said, got old enough, I could get my own drum, and that's why I bought that house. You know, I wanted to be able to have that freedom, you know. I didn't want to be in my older years like, man, I wish I could have, I should have, and I didn't. So that way, when you came to me with the opportunity, you know, the first thing I said, let's go.
And you're talking about the opportunity you're referring to as Planet Boom Bap, right?
Yeah. Yeah. When she made the concept down to me, you know, it made sense. It made a lot of sense. Like, okay, everything's laid out. It's a whole plan from A to B to C to D all the way to Z.
Yeah, that's the hip-hop ensemble that consisted of a 3-piece band and 2 rappers and a singer. Released an album back in 2015 called Parallel Universe. So from your perspective, how did that all come together?
You came over one day and then you realized I was, as long as we've known each other since the 90s, didn't know I was a musician.
I know you drummed. You talked about drumming, but I never saw you do it.
Nobody ever heard me.
Yeah.
Nobody knew I was that official.
Yeah.
You know, oh man, whatever, man, yeah, everybody can, yada. And I'm like, all right, everybody will see one day, and you just happen to come over and see what I can do. Then when you hit me with the opportunity, it was like, yo, look, I've been wanting to do this for a while. And, you know me, I'm like, all right, well, shit, let's make it happen, because it sounds like once you start laying the plan down, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'm like, okay, let's roll with that, because, you know, everything is already, you know, right there laid out, the whole plan laid out. So, you know, following the plan, we can't go wrong. That, you know, I know how your music was and how you was about music, how you, you know, you get down with the music, and I know how you do your music. You know, you put at least about 5 or 6 out a year at that time, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to do as much as I could. At least one a year for sure, maybe 2.
Yeah, so I got to the point where I was like, you know, I'm trying to do that too. You know, I want to get myself out there, and I want people to be like, yo, look, this is his band right here. Yo, listen to him. Motherfuckers tough. They hanging there, you know. Yeah. Everything that come with that.
The Parallel Universe album is available at darkagesmusic.bandcamp.com. And the members of the band were Lamont, who I'm speaking to now, myself as an MC. And then we had an MC named GoldenEye. We had a bass player named Zach Berger. And then we had a lead guitarist / keyboardist, mostly keyboardist, named Nate Colby. And then we had another MC named GoldenEye. So it was a nice collective, like, you know, 6 of us. And
yeah, you know, we had that everything, that funk, that smooth R&B, that hip hop, that real hip hop.
Yeah, and Planet Boom Bap.
That Boom Bap time.
Planet Boom Bap was an acronym for Please Listen as Navigators Explore the Blend of Original Music, Beats, and Poetry. Yeah, Planet Boom Bap.
And, you know, I think our first show we did, me and Chad did that, was it Billie Jean?
It was in Anderson. It was Pop's place or Poppy's place, something.
Yeah.
It was the motorcycle bar.
A food drive for the kids for school. No, go back to school drive. It felt good, you know what I'm saying? Cats coming up to me like, man, hold on, man, yo, that sound you got, man, you know, and I ain't never heard no sound like that with the drums, man, you know what I'm saying? And man, that bass and that snare, man, that's and it sound like that old school hip hop, you know, that old school boom bap back when back was real, you know, hip hop was real.
Right. Yeah, it was. Like, we did quite a few shows, and then we kind of fell off. We had a release party in Fort Wayne.
That was probably one of my best shows, because once I seen them B-boys dancing to the sounds of hip hop, oh my God.
Yeah, there were some B-boys up in the building. Yeah,
Oh
sure.
my God, yeah, and you know what? And they came to me after the show, letting me know, like, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You know, that's why I said, when I said I wanted to do an EP for them, that's what gave me the idea.
Yeah, shout out Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne's a hip hop town. Fort Wayne, Indiana, yeah, it's definitely a hip hop city.
Oh yeah. You know, they love, they love that real music, you know.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand when they come to bands, people think you can just take random guys and put them together and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. No, that's not how it works. If they don't have nothing in common, they're not cool with each other.
Gotta have that chemistry, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that, oh, well, I got this guy and this guy and this guy, but yeah, how well y'all work together?
Exactly. You gotta discuss and build.
And put something together.
Rehearsal.
Yeah.
Rehearsal's important.
Oh, man. Yeah, especially when it comes to that.
A lot of people aren't really willing to, especially rappers, as far as I know, aren't really too much into rehearsing.
At all. It's funny you said that because I know some guys that be like, they think that rehearsing once a week for like 2 hours is gonna make it. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know how I feel. I think 5-6 hours is a good rehearsal time.
Yeah.
But, everybody ain't the same.
They said that Jay-Z, Questlove from The Roots said in an interview that Jay-Z told him you had to rehearse something like 19 or 18 times before it sticks to your memory.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny you said that because Questlove is another drummer that...
from The Roots.
Yeah, he the one that made me actually really get in actual hip-hop. You know what I'm saying, as far as drumming and hip-hop. Because I got a guy, Paul Lester. He showed me what was up on the drums, and I watch him play every Sunday. I learned watching him play.
Where?
In Newcastle, a church.
Oh, I see.
And Bethany Tabernacle. So, by the time I got old enough, and people found out I could play, it was like, oh man, how can you learn this and this and this and that without learning how to read music or learning what proper wording is? So then I just, I pick it up from here. Well, you know how I am. I hear things once or twice. Give me 15 minutes, I'll have it down.
Right.
Whether I just heard it or never heard it before. I get a lot of guys telling me, oh man, why you be playing that heavy metal rock and roll like System of a Down or something like that, and they don't understand.
Right.
That when I do that, I got a workout routine going on. That means I'm working on something, as far as whether it be my speed, my hands, eye coordination, my foot coordination.
Right.
Because a lot of people can't even do the coordination when it comes to drums. I hear a lot of guys tell me, yeah, I'm a man, I can play drum better than you. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're better than me, that's what's up to you. But they get on there and they play that same stupid ass simple beat. And I'm like, man,
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you a drummer, right? And they look, well, you can't read music. I said, I don't need to read music. All I gotta do is hear it once or twice, no good. Well, you seen that with your own 2 eyes.
As far as you mentioned System of a Down, what are some of the artists that you like listen to when you're practicing?
Let me see. George Clinton, Rick James, System of a Down, a lot of foreign music, a lot of Japanese pop, a lot of smooth jazz, Sonny Liston, the Gap Band. I think my practice list is like 5.5 hours.
Damn.
Just with everything from smooth jazz to some Redman, of course, I got the Liquid Swords on there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I gotta have that on my routine.
Yeah, Liquid Swords, Jizza.
Oh yeah, and that one with Ghostface. Damn man, I forgot the name of the damn song, man. But it had to caught me off guard one day. Heard the beat was like.
Talking about Shayla Ghost.
Yeah.
The one where it's Tommy Mottola lives on the road.
Yeah. Something about it just like resonated with me. Like I don't know. I heard it and like you know me. I hear the bass line and the drum beat and I'm hooked.
That's the same one they use for I'm gonna get you sucker, but Jack of Spades by Boogie Down Productions. It's the same sample.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jack of Spades. You remember that Boogie Down Productions?
Oh yeah. You right for the what's the name soundtrack?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you sucker. Yeah.
Man, I forgot what song it was, but KRS came out with. I know it was on his first album, but it had a real simple beat. But the bass line made it so. Baseline made it like that, like the beat sound full, like real full, and I was impressed by that. It's like how you can take a simple beat, but with the proper baseline,
fill it out,
make it sound like fill it out for real.
Yeah.
You know, it got to the point where I'm examining, breaking everything down, trying to see, make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting all the notes right. You know, I got these headphones that I use as single, you know, like I can sing things out.
Yeah.
If I need be. Like when I go listen to Jamiroquai, but you know, I listen to a lot of Jamiroquai.
Right.
And I'll hear something for the first time because I'm used to just listening to the drums by themselves when I'm playing, and I hear the music. But you know, I'm used to just listening to the drums with a bass line, and then I hear it, I'm like, oh man, hey, listen to this sound. Oh man, that keyboard. Damn. Oh man, hold on, let me play this back.
Right.
Oh man, that's why okay, now as they change the dynamic, you know, and that's when I start realizing that that's how I learn about changing dynamics and all that with the Jamiroquai, listening to them and how they get down and how they operate.
No doubt. So as far as your from Planet Boom Bap, you kind of, the 3-piece band, when we dissolved as Planet Boom Bap, we kind of got a new bass player, and now you're known as S3, the Stellar Trio, which you were always kind of known by that, but S3 is what you're called now. So do you have anything in the works with them, or do you have any solo stuff that you're working on right now?
Yeah, I have a 3-part EP project. One of them is called Smoke Break, but it's a 3-part project.
Yeah.
One project is nothing but smooth music, you know what I'm saying, that you can sit back to. You want to rap to it, you can rap to it, you can clean to it, you can drive to it, you can smoke to it, you can chill to it, you can play video games to it. You know, just all around feel.
Right.
Then I got the other one I'm working on, which I'm hoping to get you on it. And I got a couple other people I want on it, which is the one where I do all the take the top beats ever, you know, used in hip hop and recreate them.
Oh yeah.
On the live setting. And just let MCs cut up, you know, whether they got their favorite verse they like rapping or something new that they came up with that they want to put with it. You know, them kind of things. And the third part is, like I was telling you earlier, for the B-boys, you know, I'm going to take all the break beats, the best break beats that they use, and translate them to live instruments. Because
nice.
Like we talked about using that Apache.
Yeah, Apache.
And that's going to be like I came to the conclusion that Apache song is going to be like the holy grail of that EP, that B-boy EP. You know, like I probably do that like 5 to 10 minutes. Make it long.
Yep.
Just for the B-boys to dance to.
Yeah, that'll be dope. The
you know,
holy grail.
Like I said, since we did our record release party, you know, the B-boys showed more love than, you know, everybody I knew who I was trying to get them about it, how I won't come out, hey man, show support. You know, and the B-boys, they showed the support, no questions asked.
Right.
You know, and talking to some of them and then talking to some artists is like, you know what I'm saying? Hell, if it wasn't for Planet Boom Bap, I never got to meet the Artifacts. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to them.
Oh yeah, we opened for several people. We opened for that particular night we opened for Artifacts, Sadat X from Brand Nubian, and there was a few other cats that was on the bill that night. Copyright.
I'm sad DJ Chaos passed away, rest in peace.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Chaos, the DJ for Artifacts.
You know, I talked to Elder Sensei about it when it happened. You know, I was really kind of hoping to go through him one day, you know, let him spin our shit.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
One of my friends let him spin our music, you know, he and I tell you the truth, at the show, they was waiting to hear the whole list, because when they sing it, oh, wait a minute, hold on, y'all got some of our cuts on there and something, we want to hear this.
Right.
And, you know, of course, the show got cut short, so our time got cut short, they never got to hear it. You know, but once they listen to the album, it's like, oh, okay, I like this, you know. Like, also, you know, I appreciate it, you know, like with Devin the Dude, you know what I'm saying? He cooled him up, you know what I'm saying? Sat back, listened to the music.
Yeah, Devin.
His head with it,
we opened for Devin the Dude, and then also Vast Air of Cannibal Ox.
Oh, let's not forget Kool Keith too. That was a good show.
Kool Keith in Fort Wayne, yeah, legendary. Yeah, open for Kool Keith.
Oh yeah. For those of y'all that don't know, y'all need to go check it out.
So I mean, that's quite a list. I mean, you're talking about Artifacts, Sadat X, Kool Keith, Vast Air, Cannibal Ox, you know, Devin the Dude.
You know, Bronze. We did the show with Bronze.
Bronze, Nazareth, yep.
You know, and I want to say big ups to my boy Udi, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I met him at the what's his name, Devin the Dude show.
Yeah.
Because remember, Nate didn't show up that night because he had obligations with the school.
Right, no doubt.
And me and Udi sat back, chopped it up about hip hop, and ate wings all night. You know?
with Devin the Dude, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gave him, you know, some wings. One night he came by, he was like, "Man, you gonna eat all them?" "Nah, I ain't gonna eat all them. You got some of them?"
Yeah, Fort Wayne. Need to go back sometime soon.
I'm trying to, you know, make my resume bigger. You know, I got a couple cats I would love to mess with as far as on the music tip.
Right.
You know, and basically, like, you know, get out there and to where, you know, I got some music out there, basically.
No doubt. Yeah, man, that EP series sounds good, man. You need to get it kicked off, and we'll have you back to discuss the some of the music, you know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's why I'm like I said, I'm trying to get my music out there. You know, get out there. Like I said, there's a bunch of cats that I see here recently. You know, the music sound good. Like I got plugged on to Thundercat.
Oh, you know, Thundercat. Yeah, he's great.
You know, I fuck his music hard. I wanna say shout out to my boy Trizay and Antonio. Clinton. You know, I wanna say what's up to the Godfather.
Oh,
George.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your connection to the P-Funk family.
Oh yeah. You know, my aunt plugged me in. You know, I mean, it ain't turned out like I wanted it to because I couldn't get on a flight because I wasn't vaccinated.
Oh,
you know,
man.
They killed that whole opportunity because the guy that took my place is making cheese now. You know, I was supposed to go out there, you know, for that music with them. At least show them what I can do. That didn't pan out right. But like I told my aunt, though, that's all right. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Right.
You know, I'm going to keep making this music. Like I said, you know, and a lot of people don't know it, like, and how the music be coming. Like, Nate would send me a whole folder, was like, "Hey, look, I got all this music I'm making, put drums to it."
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, all right, then we'll take the song and that we've been working on for like 2 or 3 years, because every time, you know, we come up with something, it's like working on it slowly but surely by him living out of town.
That's a long
so
ass,
far away.
That's a long ass time to work on a song.
No, it wasn't a song at first. It was just something that we came up with, and then eventually, you know, when it came time to do the S3 EP, working on the 37 parallel.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what? This song, we can put this on here. This will go good with this, with this vibe.
So what's the status of that project?
I got one song left to redo because I don't like the way I sound.
All right.
I had it done on my end, but I was like, you know how I get. I hear something and be like, nah, man, I'm cool.
Right.
I don't know. I'm cool on this. I'm cool.
S3.
And change it. So then it was like, I'm like that now with Rodney Dangerfield.
S3 got a new project coming out in the future. Working on it, called The 37th Parallel. It's kind of like a sequel to Parallel Universe by Planet Boom Bap, which you can find on darkagesmusic.bandcamp.com. Also, there's a live project on there too. I forgot to mention, live at Basement Palooza. It's a EP of a live performance of Planet Boom Bap. So be sure to check that out.
You know, I be at the house listening to that, and I get a lot of compliments about that.
Oh yeah.
Especially Chef Farage and Astronauts.
I mean, come on, man. You got an album. You went from, just like you said, just not having your own drum set to getting a drum set as an adult, to me hearing you play, to then now you got a whole hip hop album that you're playing drums on vinyl, and you got a live album online that you can show to people.
Yeah, it's funny you say that on vinyl, man, because remember I told you that was one of my goals in life, was to have my own, on vinyl, CD, tape player,
right,
etc.
Yeah.
And now I got one on vinyl, and I'm trying to go for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Like how your wall is, man. You got all your albums hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the same thing.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Got to make it happen.
Oh yeah, like I told people, I'm trying to eat off of the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to just, like some guys, like I be yelling at some of my guys because they got songs been banging for the last 10 years and they put out an album yet. How you got 50-something songs and you don't put out an album? You know?
I mean, nowadays, really, albums don't seem to be that important as they were once upon a time, though.
I guess, but then you got people like me who prefer, you know, you got an album? Okay, cool. Shit, let me check it out, you know?
Right.
As opposed to, oh, man, I see this on YouTube and here and here and here.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
I'm not gonna...
it's more like single based nowadays. It's like people just want to put out singles because people got such a short attention span.
It's funny you said that because man, I'm trying to think of the dude's name. We did a show with him, man, in Indianapolis at with Hoosier Dome.
Yeah, I forget who you talking about. Facts?
Yeah.
He's actually, I interviewed him. He's gonna be episode 3 of the podcast.
Let's see, cause you know what I'm saying, like even though you know I'm picky about my music, you know, every now and again I hear something that I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and I just like, you know, Trinity and my boy Zion. You know, when I first met them, I damn near met Zion up on stage.
Yeah.
You know, busting up laughing because I caught, you know, paying attention again. You know, I'm listening to the lyrics along with the music. You know what I'm saying, and you know, them guys was what's up. You know what I'm saying? Their music was fresh. It was hot. You know, it wasn't no bullshit. They wasn't talking bullshit. You know.
Shout out Holocaust Sons, Verbal Guys, Savage Trinity, yeah. Zion 7.
Yeah, actually, Trinity said he'd get on like that EP, that MC EP.
Yeah.
You know, they both confirmed that they both would get on it. You know, like I said, I wanted you on it.
Yeah, I can put you in contact with Facts. I just talked to him. Like I said, I just interviewed him not too long ago. So
yeah, I'm trying to get everybody that I've done music with on stage, right. And I like who they are, you know, as far as a person and their music, you know, and got something to actually put on the table instead of just saying the same shit over and over and over and over again.
Right. So you got any final words for music fans out there?
Man, the only thing I can say is, you know what I'm saying, man, if I could do it, hell, anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to find some people on the same track as you. You know, like, we all grew up, me and you grew up hip-hop heads, along with Golden Eye, you know? Yeah. So it was naturally, when we came together, we all know, you know, enough about hip-hop, but some of us ain't gonna say no name. You know, Mr. Kafi are encyclopedias when it comes to hip-hop. You know.
You're the second guest that said that about me.
Because you are.
Well, nah.
You know, I mean, I thought I was an encyclopedia when it came to music. Nah, man, when it comes to hip-hop.
I'm just a nerd, man. That's all I am.
Oh, man, it's understandable, you know what I'm saying? Me and Mel Kafi talking about that, because people like, man, they don't take one note for you to know what the sample is or what the music is.
Who, me?
I'm like, that's just, no, me. Because me and Mel Kafi doing some samples, and I'll hear something like, oh, man, that's such and such and such. They sample such and such and such and such off the first note. You know, I'll be like, all right, man, that's such and such, man.
Yeah, because he played me, he sent me a song, and he was like, he wanted to sample it, and I was like, oh, that's been used. He's like, are you sure? I said, yeah. And I went and I looked it up because I had heard it somewhere before.
Yeah. Cause, like, I was just got plugged onto this cat named Mono Neon. He a bass player.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's another cat I wouldn't mind working with. Because, you know, like me, you know, like far as like what I listen to now, you know, it's new music is usually Currency, probably the newest person I listen to.
Right.
You know, I bang Currency hard.
Yeah, that's that guy.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, with a lot of old school hip hop, actually, if I turn my radio up right now, you probably gonna hear Method Man.
That's
or either some foreign music that's some smooth, you know, that nobody know the words to.
Right.
But the music is good.
So once again, what's your message to the musicians out there or people that are into music? A final note?
Well, first off, if you like me and ain't got no training whatsoever, you know, don't let nobody tell you gotta have a damn degree to do what you gotta do, because a lot of the famous musicians do not have no degrees, and a lot of them never went to school or never trained. They just hone their craft, you know what I'm saying, and do what they supposed to do.
You sound like Big Pun. When they interviewed Big Pun, said, Big Pun, what you got to say to the youth? He said, fuck school.
No, you need the education, because you got to be able to count and read and whatnot. But like the music is in your soul. It's not something that somebody can be like, oh yeah, you know, I can teach you how to do this. Nah, you might can, but can you teach me how to feel?
Well, a lot of that collegiate stuff came after the fact of them. You know, some, don't get me wrong, some great musicians have understood music theory, but basically a lot of people out there just have raw talent, and after the fact they analyze it and study it, and they say, and you know, put labels on it and map it out for future people to learn from. But yeah, that doesn't take anything away from the raw talent. I think that the most effective people have the technical smarts and also the raw talent combined.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate you coming through for this episode of Coffee Talk, man.
No problem, man. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be on here. You know what I'm saying? The kind of things I look forward to.
Yeah, and we'll have you on again when you got a new project coming out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish one of them at least by. I think I got 2 songs left on the Smooth EP. The B-Boys EP, I'm still having issues with because I can't figure out what I want to use. It's so much, you know, these break beats, and I'm listening to them, and I'm like, man, no, this one, no, this one, no, this one,
right.
No, this one. That's why I hit you up. Was like, yo, I need some help distinguishing what I want to use and what I don't want to use because it's so much that I can't help but to, I forgot about this one. Damn, I forgot this song even existed. Yeah, I remember breaking to this one as a kid. Right. I'm like, I can't make up my mind. Like I said, the only thing I have made up was Apache. I know Dan for sure is gonna be a number 1.
No doubt, Apache's dope. That's the classic hip hop anthem right there.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's why I said, you know what I'm saying. That's gonna be a number 1. I probably, if I don't make that the very first song, I'll probably make it the last song. That's why I said I'll go make it like 10 minutes long. You know,
no
3 minutes for a b-boy ain't nothing. They just getting warmed up.
Right. Well, we appreciate you stopping through, man, and we'll have you back when you release one of those projects. Lamotta Roundtree of S3 Band. Peace.
All right, deuces.
Thanks for listening to Coffee Talk. Are you interested in appearing on the podcast? Reach out to me at coffee.talk@gmail.com. Business owners and entrepreneurs are welcome. Sponsorship packages are available to have your product or service featured on Coffee Talk. Once again, that email is coffee.talk@gmail.com. That's KAFI.talk@gmail.com.